What's happening?
We live.
We're live. Ready for the world. So, yeah, we got a few things to cover tonight. We got some AOY races, some Rookie of the Year races. We got new events coming up. Some national events came across. So it should be interesting. But I figure we'll start
I'd like
off
to say something.
Sure, go for
it. If you hear a loud popping sound in the background, that's because Chris from Saltbox Construction is still working on my roof. That dude has
Nice.
been here for 11 hours by himself, fixing my roof after the damn tree fell on it. Eric,
He's the man. He's the
I
man.
appreciate you recommending these hardworking contractors. And you know, I take a special pride in making sure that my money stays local. So when somebody recommends somebody and says, "Oh yeah, this is your guy," you know, okay, good. Who owns him?
Right.
And you know, Chris is a self-made dude.
Yeah.
Hear it?
Yeah.
Do you hear it? No. Ah, damn, he just stopped. He's got a nail gun and he's popping shingles into the roof. He's
Nice.
been here for it's almost 11 and a half hours.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been they did the siding and painting it at our place, and yeah, it was early to late, both like 2 or 3 days. It's crazy. They
Eric,
work.
I don't know, when you find people that like I'm not saying he's going to work with CKA, but like Justin Faircloth, like some of these companies, like they over deliver. It's nice to see.
Yeah, yeah, good folks. We generally try to keep with good folks. I always go by recommendations and stuff, and Chris is actually a really good pool player, so I know him from pool league on Monday nights. And I didn't even know that's what he did. What's that?
Your other bad habit.
Yes, yes. Yep. That's it. So yeah, I asked all the guys on my team, do we know anyone who does siding? And then they're like, yeah, Chris. I'm like, oh, crap. So
amazing. Well, thank you for that, man. He's a real mensch, as they say in the Yiddish neighborhoods. Anyway, Diego, how you doing, man?
Yep, all good. Great. Yeah,
good, man. Everyone who doesn't know, that's Diego Contreras. He is the current leader in the ROY race. Eric, I'm sorry I interrupted you. I just wanted to get that plug for Saltbox Construction. If you need them, give Chris a call. Eric will give you his number.
Yeah. Hopefully, we get him on board and we can talk about him more. We'll see.
Nice.
We'll see. Yeah. So we'll talk about Rookie of the Year race, which is important. We also got the Angle of the Year race, and Diego's right there on that too. But yeah, currently he's in first with as far as the Rookie of the Year, and it's looking. All these races are tight so far this year, which I love to see because it just makes it more interesting all year long. So,
do you have that graphic for the ROI? It's on the website, like the article's up.
Yeah, I got it somewhere. Hold on.
So I put the graphic in the article. It's embedded in there.
Yeah. You said on the website? See if I can pull it up.
Eric's computing. Diego, you've been good, man. I saw you at Kayak Adventure Series.
Yeah, that was fun. For sure. I didn't do as good as I hoped for, but it was a whole different experience. A lot of fun.
You were at were you at the awards?
No, I left before the awards because it was an hour drive to the awards to add another 2.5.
Yeah.
So I was like, well.
Yeah. That's one of the more impressive things about that series. That award ceremony is second to none. It's amazing. What he does with that in such a short time frame. It was so cool. Yet again, speaking of over delivering, that series has just everything up there is just amazing the way he runs it, like finding these places, and the people are so grateful and hospitable. It's amazing. Yeah, so I was glad to see you there, man. It was a good time.
Yeah, yeah, it
Fishing
was
was
fun.
tough. Fishing was tough.
Yeah.
But this drought is changing everything, man. So tell us about how you're approaching Rookie of the Year and Angler of the Year. There's the
Sure.
graphic right there. I think if you click on it, Eric, it might pop out.
There we go.
Well, coming into the year, when I joined CKA, I was just trying to learn and expose myself to more competition, fish with all these very, very talented anglers that we have. So one of the goals I had set going in was try to at least be competitive in the Rookie of the Year race.
Right.
So it's been humbling for sure. I didn't expect it this quick, at least, to be in a good position, but there's just still a lot left. There's still 5 events, so anything can change. But yeah, it's been. I've found a couple of. I've found a way to make it work sometimes, and I've been lucky to do so, and learn a lot in the process.
Yeah,
Sure.
tell us about that, because like it's not just what you learn. It's you're learning a process with kayak fishing. So like I always tell people, like when you're sitting in a kayak, your body is like this and you have very limited space. So you're sticking up in this little thing and it's like you can turn, you can stand, but you don't have the freedom of movement that you have in a boat, for example, or even on the bank or something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
how did you get into kayak fishing and how have you gotten to this point so far?
Yep. So I got into kayak fishing about a little under 3 years ago, which is actually when I started bass fishing at all. So fairly new to this. Um, I actually started in an inflatable raft and custom built the whole floor and boat seats and everything. It was really cool, but it was terrible to pump that up every time. I took the ramp for like 45 minutes, got nasty stares at the boat ramp. So switched over to a kayak, and it's just been fun. Like all the places I can go, and just recently added a motor last year, and that completely changed the game for me. It just made it so much easier because I don't have a pedal kayak, it's a paddle kayak. So it was tough. Like I could probably only fish around 1 maybe 2 miles around the ramp. So just adding a motor really changed it all and changed how I fish, and I got increasingly better and more confident on myself once I got the motor for sure. So that's kind of like that's 3 years pretty much.
Nice. Going into these tournaments, have you changed the way you fished? Or are you still
Yeah, for sure. I learned well last year I did the CCKF series, so learned that was like my first deep dive into tournaments and learned how to stay positive. Learned what falling into the abyss of getting negative can do to you. So there was a particularly like one of the first tournament. I think it was the second tournament we had last year at Falls Lake. The day started really bad. I was dropping my rods and all that before launching, so I wasn't ready with a negative attitude. Lost the first fish I hooked, and that got me like spiraling in this abyss of negativity. And then lost probably 6, 7 more fish, and never landed one. Was the only one that didn't land a single fish that day, and it was all because of my mental attitude. So that's something that I learned through that series last year. Even when things are not going the best way, even when you're skunked at 1 p.m., I've learned to like just take it slowly, take a break, and eventually you start doing things better and learning from those things. So that has been kind of my approach and the biggest change I've seen.
You mentioned the process. That's part of it is like the psychology. Everybody has those moments where it's like you knock yourself mentally out well, how do you get back in? You know,
Yeah.
it's interesting. I got curious about that topic about 5 years ago, and I started reading what they write in like the sports psychology research and stuff like that. And I was really fascinated by some of that, and it helped me as an angler learn how to just stay calm, you know, throw the next pitch and make it a strike, um, because I remember in the early days. I've been doing this for way too long, Diego, so So I remember paddling. So I paddled until 7 years ago. People are like, "What?" Like, yeah, I paddled until 7 years ago, and then I bought a pedal drive, and I was good at it. I could go far, and um, but man, at the end of the day, when things were going wrong, that combination of frustration and exhaustion would really mess me up sometimes, man. It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad. Like my blood pressure goes up just thinking about
When you get a like hour-long paddle to get back to the ramp after having a crap day, it's just and the wind's blowing or it's raining, it's just miserable, miserable,
Yeah.
miserable. At least if you get the pedals, you can kind of, just pedal and keep your head down and pout and whine or whatever you do on the way back.
Well, Diego, I'm glad you found CKA because we were good friends with Mitch. Mitch was originally a CKA guy, and I'm hoping he's going to come back and fish with us now that he doesn't have to worry about directing tournaments and doing stuff like that. I do miss CCKF because a lot of the events were closer to my house, and I could just go fish them. But one of the things that CKA did this year was look at CCKF's history and what worked. And one thing that we're going to talk about after in a little while is the Wildcat series that Mitch used to do and how it inspired us to start one.
Yeah, Mitch was good. Mitch was those events were fun, low pressure, and it was good. Sometimes we get we try to push and make this big and do all that, which is great. But that adds pressure and it adds, a lot of frustration and everything else. So sometimes a smaller, easier club, not easier necessarily, but just less pressure stuff with lower entry fees.
Diego,
Makes it better.
let's ask Diego. Like, we CKA used to be that club where it was like, well, for a while we were like the only game in town. And then, it was a huge club for a few years. And then other clubs showed up. We lost some people aged out. And now CK feels like a more laid back kind of club. And I personally like it this way. Is it, for someone newer to the sport, does it give that impression to you, or does it still seem a little intimidating? Like you talked about,
No, it definitely, once going in, it's definitely felt very welcoming for sure. Like you can go at the boat ramp and talk to anybody. Anybody is really willing and excited to talk about their day, how it went. Same when you run into someone in the lake. I've never met someone who's like doesn't like me around. Usually it's like even 10, 15 minutes conversations and the tournament happen randomly and you get to know people. And so it's been very, very welcoming. But at the same time,
cool.
there's hammers in here. There's really, really good anglers. And even though I didn't compete last year, I kept up with pretty much every CKA tournament just to see who was catching them, who were the good ones and all that to learn more. And yeah, I figured really quick that some of the best anglers in the country are here. So,
yeah, we have a reputation for like building them up through here. But back to your point about it being welcoming, that's always been here. It wasn't the only thing, right? So I'm really glad that has risen to the surface and that you see it because, yeah, that's important. Like the sense of community, the history, all that kind of stuff. It's good. That's good. And yeah, you're right. We've got a track record of anglers coming out of CKA and going on to big things. It's a wild kind of whatever is in the water here, man, in central North Carolina. Like, and I mean, I got into like serious bass fishing later in life. I was like my late 30s, the first time I did a tournament. So I had a really crazy learning curve because I wasn't used to fishing these big southern impoundments. And it took me a while to get up to speed, especially down here where you got kids who like they catch them big from when they're small, you know, like they're
Hmm.
throwing a bait caster and pitching stuff and making crazy casts from like a very young age and catching huge bass. And it's like, I never did that. I'm from New Jersey. We don't have big bass up there.
They're not too bad up there. I got.
Yeah, there's some decent ones. Yeah,
I'll have to
there's some
find some
decent.
photos of my kids when I had them on fish back up north. I got a photo
Right.
of my daughter with a 5.5, and my son probably had one about 6, and they were small.
Nice. Was that Massachusetts?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
It was fun. That was fun stuff.
Good,
Good
man.
memories for
So
sure.
Diego, rookie of the year race. You're in the lead. You've had strong showings in the tournaments, but there are 5 events left. There's um, Hyco,
Right now,
Burlington
Burlington.
Bash, Gaston, Falls, and the Gate City Classic.
Yeah.
Um, how are you going to approach those tournaments? Do you know the lakes? Have you not fished some of them?
Probably Falls is the one I'm most familiar with. Then Hyco I've only fished once before for CCKF last year. I did, all right, I got like 70 inches maybe last time. It was fun though. So we don't have that many docks around here. So fishing a lake with docks is really fun. The same for Gaston. I've only been there on a kayak once. And I'm really excited about that one as well.
Yeah.
Like all of these ones the lakes are so different. So I'm just really excited to learn to practice all the pre-fishing process of each and every one, especially like the ones like Burlington Bash where you have so many lakes to choose from, and it just feels like you have to make the right choices, not just the day of fishing, but way ahead before practice, all that pre-fishing. So it's definitely exciting because each one of them it's a different way to try to prepare for it.
Right.
So in the terms of rookie of the year race, yeah, it will be tough. I've stumbled into some last minute big fish for those. I think for Jordan Lake, I stumbled into a 21.5 in the last 15 minutes, which it was a miracle that didn't come off because it wrapped around my trolling motor, and I somehow had to reach behind all my rods and the net to get it. And then the one at Baden Lake, literally at 2:59 or 1:59, I can't remember when was the lines out. I was able to take a picture of it because I just caught it at last cast, last minute. So I've kind of stumbled my way into some good placements, but at least I've been able to consistently find some fish and build some confidence from there to try to go
man,
forward.
a little luck never hurts, you know?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Every fisherman needs it.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah, you got some guys. You got Jonathan Sayers on your heels, and Logan Turner, and he's a good angler. They got there's some anglers in this rookie list that know what they're doing.
Yeah. I totally expect this to be down to the wire at Gate City. That's where it's going to be decided pretty much.
We've had a few of those over the years. Those are the fun races that they stay with you, you know. Whether you lose or win, like it sticks with you, and that makes part of like the history of the club so rich because you know there's some healthy competition all the time. It's good, man. That's awesome. Glad to
Yeah.
hear it, Diego. Are you practicing already for Hyco?
I haven't been up there yet, but I've been pre-fishing, looking at maps, figuring out some areas. I'll hopefully try to go next week and see if what I think will work, or probably not. But at least that's one of the keys I really found out that has helped me is figuring out when to leave is almost as important, if not more important, than when to stay for a little longer or what is a good area. It's like discarding.
It's a hard decision. Yeah. It's easy to stay when you know when you're catching them. It's hard when you're not catching them to say, okay, do I need to go somewhere else? Are they going to start biting in 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bit me more times than I can count.
Right.
Especially in a kayak, because you're looking like, do I really want to, go 1.5 miles that way right now?
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But,
I look at it in terms of time because a mile is about 20 minutes for me with my motor. So it's like, can I really spare 20 minutes there or longer? So sometimes it's worth it. But
yeah.
Sometimes it isn't. I remember on the Lures, I moved from a spot where I was catching them, but I didn't have the right size, to another spot about 2.5 miles away. I think I ran into you catching a fish right on that riprap by the bridge.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out in my favor. It was an hour to get there, and then I upgraded one fish by like 2 inches, but that was not. I didn't make the right choice.
Right. Yeah, they were back there. They were hard to catch where I was. So
yeah,
they were easier to catch in practice as usual.
Right. All right, Diego. Thanks for coming on with us, man. I look forward to seeing you up at Hyco.
And thank you for having me. And same, I'm excited about that one.
All right, hopefully we'll have you on because you win one, and then it'll be a little more interesting to see how that works out. All right, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, brother. See you, man.
See
you. All right. Good deal.
So we're going to talk about this wildcat?
Yeah, let's talk about this wildcat thing that you were hinting to that, I'm sure everyone will be interested to hear more about.
We've been teasing it for a while, I think. Mentioned it a few times. What we're going to do is just a pilot run of a new wildcat. It's going to be kind of like a series, but it's really individual events, 3 individual events this summer, and possibly a championship round later in the year if we get some turnout and some numbers. The idea is to just do just a back to basics Wednesday night wildcat tournament format where you can go out and fish for a few hours after work and get it all out of your system, at midweek. So you're not sitting in the office staring at fishing pictures all day.
Yeah, well, you probably will be because you're thinking about where you're going to go fishing.
Actually, since we're on the topic of that, I had a dream last night that there was a new lake around here, and you guys sent me to scout it and talk to the locals about sponsorships, and I drove down to this like crazy dream lake, and it was like construction and stores, and there was bridges, and I remember thinking in the dream, like, this looks like a really good place to fish. I need to start fishing CKA again. And then I woke up.
Yeah, then you woke up. Yeah. No dream fisheries, although I heard they were putting F1s back, some more F1s in Jordan today.
Yep.
So
yeah. So we're gonna do a wildcat series on Wednesdays. The next one is next week.
Okay.
But the first one is next week.
First one.
We're gonna launch out of Ebenezer. So everybody meets at Ebenezer. I'm gonna be there. I'll hand out the ID on site. go over some quick rules at like a fast captain's meeting at the start. But the format's going to be best 3 fish, no forward facing sonar. I'll give you the ID at the ramp. We're not going to use Fish and Chaos. I will check fish, have them sent to me from the top of the standings. But then you have to post them on your social media so we can see them, so everyone can see them. Again, after I check them at the ramp. So yeah.
So old
3
school.
hours, 3 fish. That's what it's going to be. $20 cash at the ramp.
I always enjoyed those because, you know, speaking about low pressure, when Mitch did do those, like, it was fun just to show up and just, here's $20, let's go fishing, and like, you know, it was so relaxed. It was fun, and you know, you just casting like a madman trying to see if you can get 3 good fish in 3 hours.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it was a good time. I missed him when he stopped doing them. I was bummed. I was like, really?
Yeah.
But you know, but doing these things, he was doing them every week, I think, or every couple of weeks he was putting one on.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a lot of work to have to, and pressure. I mean, you know, to commit to that when you have a life is hard.
Well, I don't have a life, so we're good.
There you go. We're all set. So yeah, I mean, doing it, you know, they get these guys that run like, there's a Jordan Wildcat bass boat deal. It's every Tuesday. There's one at Falls every Thursday, but those guys have to commit to that. They have to be there. So it's hard. And yeah, so it'll be fun. It'll be fun to do it. So we're gonna start on June 10th. Might as well put the date just in case someone sees this next week. So June 10th will be the first one.
The one after that will be the weekend after, or the Wednesday after the Real Heroes event, which I just saw the flyer came out. So that is July 11th at Norman. They put up a really nice, you can see this, the new flyer is out. I saw that some people have shared it already.
Nice.
So whatever the Wednesday after the 12th is, 13th, 14th, the 16th, July 16th, it'll be a different ramp every time. So we're not going to fish out of the same ramp every time. We'll post those up a couple of days before the event. So the first one is June 10th. Next one and then is in July, and then there'll be one in early August. And then we're going to sit down and make a decision about whether or not we're going to do a championship round. The top 5 anglers qualify from each event, so we would have an event, and there will be roll downs. So we'll have an event with the 15 top anglers for it in the fall.
Okay. Yeah, it could be interesting. See what kind of turnout we can get on a Wednesday night. And yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. And it's Jordan Lake, so I don't know if anyone they pay attention to the these Tuesday night things that go on. That, you know, it takes them 30 pounds to win those things. So,
yeah.
Jordan puts them out. It's a fun lake. So if we're gonna switch, you know, hop around on different ramps, everyone going out of the same ramp, I can make it fun. It'd be interesting.
Jordan's a monster.
Mm-hmm. That it is.
So yeah, this looks good, man. Got a new wrinkle here for the summertime.
Yeah.
Be good for, you know, people who want to try a live event or two, get to know us, you know, because the online series doesn't really give you a chance to meet up and hang out. So that's good practice, but for a live event, you know, you want to go through the motions and get used to that tournament thing, but maybe you don't want to spend 10 hours, 12 hours on a Saturday doing it. So come out for a couple hours on a Wednesday night and hang out with us and meet some of the guys.
Yeah, get your kayak wet in the middle of the week. Get yourself.
Never hurt anyone.
No, well, it depends on kind of wife you got, but
depends on how fast you go.
Yeah. Then we got Hyco. We're talking about Hyco. It's going to be sponsored by Real Heroes. They partner with us a bit. So if you guys, want to support them, you can donate through when you sign up for CKA events. We do have donation options there, so that money goes direct to them 100%, and they put that to some really good use. If you don't know what they do, go check it out, because it's crazy what they do.
I said earlier that the Kayak Adventure Series award ceremony is second to none. Like what Drew Gregory does with those awards is the most impressive thing in kayak fishing in terms of award ceremonies. Real Heroes, on the other hand, their dinner event on Friday night is hands down the best, most well-organized, impressive event before the event, if you get what I mean. So the check-in, captain's meeting, dinner on the night before the tournament is last year was absolutely amazing. That really left a mark with me, man. I was impressed, and I decided then and there I was going to keep going back and supporting that organization, because when you see that facility they have out there near, it's not Statesville, it's somewhere out in that area. It's impressive, man. It's impressive.
Yeah, nice. When you get around, if you get around Fenway, his energy is an excitement for all this stuff is, I don't know that you can get any more positive and exciting as he gets it. He's awesome. He's a great guy. Part of that great organization. So, the other kayak clubs are also working on this. Queen City's got working with him. Foothills, obviously, working in with Cody. Cody's been a big part of that too. So,
from the start.
Yeah, it's awesome too. It's a good deal. And if you want to fish it as another tournament for you to fish that one. That one would be worth it. The big event. How many anglers fished last year?
It was about 120, but I'm going to say about 30 signed up but didn't fish. They just signed up to donate. You'd have to look at the standings to see, but I mean, I'm sure a few got skunked, but I remember there were a few dozen who just signed up and didn't fish. But we had a couple guys do well. Julian did, he won the veteran category in that event. So CKA affiliated guys did well. I think I finished in the top 20. I don't remember who else was there who did well, but it was a good event with a great turnout for a great cause. So yeah, that would be, I just had an idea. I'm going to reach out to Fenway and see what he thinks of it. All right, man.
All right, good deal. Yeah, it's definitely one to support. There's a lot of great prizes with that, and I don't know if they've passed their first. So many people who sign up get entries into raffles and get gift packs and all that other stuff. So get on it. Yeah, get on it, because I had a bag full of stuff that I was, because I've been moving, so I'm going through the bag of stuff going, dang it, I could have used some of that. I forgot I had it. So they have some great prizes. I think they were giving out Abu Garcia reels or something last year. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So definitely a good deal to check out. Anything else going on?
Nah. I'm going up to Virginia next week to fish the Bass Nation event there. So all my fishing kind of brain is in that kind of space, trying to figure out how I'm going to approach this. It's a tidal fishery. It's not the Potomac. It's the Rappahannock.
Rappahannock.
Yeah, it's the river below the Potomac.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it's a Chesapeake Bay estuary, and it's tidal. So
interesting. I love that Potomac one. One of those things back there that I got to hang up was I think it was the fourth place I got over at Potomac, and I was just having that's where I actually met Rich Biggie, and we were fishing near each other, just having a blast. Those fisheries are just amazing, and the tidal thing is just like, what? Where those lily pads go? All of a sudden, the lily pads are a foot under the water. You're like, oh crap! What the hell? That's just insane.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it is.
I've been thinking about that. What about you?
I think right now I just want to get my kayak wet, and I'm going to go pick up a new kayak next week. So I'm excited about that. So I'm going to probably have a couple posts going on about that deal. So that's going to be, I'm pumped. I've had the same Wilderness Recon, the gray one, for a few years now. Had the yellow one before that. Now I got a new kayak coming this week. So,
oh yeah, what'd you get?
It's a Recon, but it's be a little different. So I'm looking forward to grabbing it.
Nice.
Yeah. Wilderness Systems always taking care of me pretty well. So I've been in a wilderness boat forever. So yeah, I'm excited to get a new one. It's always nice when you get that nice fresh smelling plastic. For some reason it's it's exciting, and then you get to get it all slimy, which is even more exciting.
The new kayak smell.
Yep, the new kayak smell.
All right, buddy. Well, it's good seeing you, man.
Yeah, same here.
If anyone has questions, do you see any questions about the Wildcat series? Let us know.
Yeah, guys, hit us up. We'll answer any questions, and we'll be making posts and get a schedule up there so you guys can plan on it. And we'll look forward to seeing y'all out there.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
All right. See y'all later.